Hohoho Merry Christmas. I can't do that. I can't do it seriously.
Oh,
what?
You did it.
I did. Well, great. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 14 of Wrecked Bike Rebuild. This episode, if you're watching it past the day it actually came out on Christmas. So we decided to dress up.
No.
All right. So okay. Enough of that.
No points for you.
So guys, welcome to Wrecked Bike Rebuild, the YouTube motorcycle build series supported by our awesome people over on Patreon, where we build wrecked motorcycles and then we wreck them with plastic rings. Or we just rebuild the motorcycles and we give them away to the people that supported the show. If you are interested in supporting the show and getting behind the scenes content, you can hit the link in the description. Otherwise, we got an exhaust build. I'm Santa Claus. Brian over here's, that's Rudolph. He's got a red thing down there. And Luke, the guy behind the camera, is Frosty the mother freaking Snowman. If you guys are just now tuned in to Wrecked Bike Rebuild, you got a lot of episodes to catch up on. This is episode 14. In this episode, we have an exhaust kit and we're gonna try to build the exhaust, because that just seems like the bobber type of thing to do. If it doesn't work out, we tried.
Honestly, I just really enjoy pushing you to do stuff that you haven't done before.
True. Well, this whole build is
something.
that. Wait, what are you doing, bro?
I lost a nut.
He lost a nut. Oh my God. We hadn't even got the intro done and Brian's lost a nut. All right, Rudolph, what's the first step in building an exhaust?
Wow. Okay. So for those of you out there that have already built an exhaust system, congratulations. I have not. So this is a learning process for us all.
I forgot you haven't either.
So I
Good
believe
times.
where we're going to start is we need to start by removing this flange, which fits onto our cylinder head, like so, off of this factory stock pipe, so we can start fitting our aftermarket pipe onto it.
We're gonna be wrapping the exhaust, so we don't gotta be like super careful with the metal on the outside.
No, but I mean, we don't need to unwrap everything if we're not going to use it all. Okay. So may as well just leave it bagged for now. Where we have decided after looking at this setup earlier is that our pipe that we purchased from our pipe kit is, what was it, 1 3/4 inches? And the pipe that we came off of the motorcycle is 1.5 inches. So there's that space in between the two. So how we were going to rectify that is we are going to cut the pipe off of the flange as close as we possibly can getting to the flange. And then whatever small piece of pipe is left there is going to stay there, and we're going to fit our new pipe into that area and weld it in place. And then from there, we can build our exhaust system off of it.
Trying to cut this thing as close as
That's
possible.
where we're going to start.
So do we need that little...
I don't know what's going to be the easiest way, honestly. That might have to be our way for now. I was just thinking if our new saw would help us in this situation.
You mean a saw that Santa might bring us?
Well, if he's going to bring it, damn it, bring it now.
I'll go see what Santa has in his sleigh. 1 second. Guys, look what Santa had. Oh my gosh, it was a leftover circular blade thing. Whew! He didn't need it for building his new sleigh after the power went out.
10-inch compound water saw.
Oh my gosh! Santa! How? Wait, I forgot I'm Santa. We bought one of these so we could cut things straight for the first time in our lives.
It's definitely going to help to make as square a cut as we possibly can when building the exhaust system.
Yeah, looking at that though, I don't think we can use this, right? Because of the little funky boy at the front.
Or we can just clamp this thing into the vise and cut it off with the handsaw and move forward from there. Step one.
Rudolph is not messing around. All right.
Do we have exhaust gaskets? We do, right?
Yeah, of course we do.
We should probably put those on. It's going to help us for distance.
Oh man, this thing is big.
Thanks, bud. Probably should have pulled out of the box before you did that.
Why?
You'll find out in a second. That makes sense now to, yeah.
Solve that problem. All right, boys and girls, our saw is ready. Are we sure we don't need to bolt this down? We can just be like, wah. All right, cool.
This is woven metal covered in copper. And this is what your exhaust gasket is. It goes in between the flange for the exhaust head pipe. So the woven material in the middle is compressible and the copper ring on the outside is crushable. So once you put the flange on and tighten the nuts, it kind of smushes everything together, makes a nice tight seal so you don't have exhaust gases leaking out from in between. Well, there are certain styles of exhaust gaskets that you can reuse more than once. This happens to be one of those. You can reuse these copper woven metal mixture gaskets maybe 2 or 3 times without too much concern of them leaking. There are other types of gaskets that are kind of just like a copper donut. And once you compress those, they are no longer reusable because there's a very good possibility that you're not going to put everything back in the same exact spot. There is a tiny bit of play in these, if you could see. You know, you have a tiny bit of play in these, so if you don't put it exactly where it was at before and you go to try and crush it down again, if it could leak exhaust in between the 2 crush points, and then you have an exhaust leak at the head, and then your performance suffers.
Is that one of the test tube pieces?
This is one of our new pipes.
Oh, okay. Dude, we'll just leave it just like that and let...
It sticks out a little far. I think, you know, if we trim it down and trim it down a little more and trim it down until we get it so it sits like right here.
Can we do that? Is that a possibility?
You just take it and you trim it and you trim it and you trim it and you bring it down and then you work the angle of your cut to get it where you want it to sit and then you weld it in place.
Oh, because we could change the angle we cut up there.
Here, cut it any angle we want it at.
Bro, if we cut that thing to just...
That's where I want it to be, is I want it to be like right here.
Dude, wait, we don't have anything mounting back here?
Nope.
That would be the baddest ass
It
situation.
would be so loud. It would be so loud.
Ho ho, holy shit, nobody cares.
So here's the thing, when you make a pipe this short, you almost want to make this one this short too.
Okay.
Now if your exhaust outlet pipe was right there next to your foot when you're going down the highway, it's going to melt your shoe.
Nobody needs shoes anyway.
It's going to melt your shoe. We're going to need to make this pipe a little bit longer, so we'll probably have to make this one, you know, maybe so it's like down here.
So do they have to be the same length?
It's very good for the engine and the performance of the engine.
Back pressure.
For the exhaust header pipes to be the same length.
Gotcha.
Not every set of pipes is like that. A lot of people will build their pipes just because they look cool, and I think that's where we're headed. So this one is obviously going to be significantly harder than that one.
Harder as in like, oh, because there's got to be
Because
more pieces of...
Well, the radiator's here.
Where does the hole come out?
Right there.
Oh,
It faces
So
this
we
way.
have to like do
So you
a
have to
straight curve right
immediately curve it around so it comes this way.
Gotcha. I feel we should do the hard one first.
Because then the easy one will be really easy.
Right. And then that way I'll work my way into knowing what the hell I'm doing. And then the easy one, like, you know.
Or do we start with the easy one so we know, okay, this is how it's done, and then we take that and we work that into the front pipe. Either way has its pros and cons.
I think we just dig into the front.
Okay, so I think we should probably loosely hang the radiator
Okay.
so we know what our clearances are.
Dude, so we're coming straight out of there and going straight down, like straight out.
You're gonna have to curve immediately. look at this. That was the first cut I made. It's fucking perfect.
You must have grabbed the wrong one. Silly little goose.
This is the one that I just and chopped it, and I'm like, all right, I'll work from this side. This is the first one I cut. The other side. And this thing fits like perfectly.
Nice job, Brian.
I think I need to cut just a little more angle into this.
How is there a metal shaving in my eye? Hey, you know what this is gonna avoid happen? Santa is not gonna ruin his eyesight by more metal shards getting in his eye.
I'm happy with that angle.
Okay. Like, so I think we were trying to like say you're gonna shoot this out and down.
I'm gonna keep going straight down,
right,
and then turn it back. So we have that other angle that I f***ed up before,
right,
that we can just lop off a straight piece.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a little long. Grab me some tape. I don't want to use that yet.
You want to save this?
Yeah, I want it to be like the last piece.
Are you cutting another straight piece?
I need to start the angle.
Damn, dude, nice job.
Yeah, that looks pretty good there, right?
Yeah, that's a good cut. Is that gonna clear right down there though?
There's a flat spot right here,
Oh, and it'll go right in
and
there?
and I want it to run it as close to this as I can get it.
Gotcha.
Now, how long do we want to make it? Is that long enough?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of more partial to the shorter ones.
All right, so
I assume we're gonna have that opening part shooting
facing
out
the
of
other way.
pipe,
This is just so I can turn it and hold the pipe where it needs to be. So I'm
Right.
just going to cut this perfectly straight,
right? And then we'll be able
And
to
we'll-
rotate it.
attach it onto that in this manner.
Yeah.
That's it right there, buddy.
Ah, that's so awesome.
This is our first time making an exhaust system here, and just to make sure everything lined up the way that we wanted it to, instead of tack welding everything together as we went and having to cut it apart 100 times, I just taped it so it'll hold where I want it to. Now we're going to begin our tack weld. So we're going to start up here at the flange. So I'm just going to lay my pipe in here, hold it in place where I want it to be, and Chase is going to hit it with the welder. So this is the exhaust pipe that we have just cut and aligned, and we're going to weld it because this is going to go on the motorcycle.
Right. I like
So-
how you're saying it so calmly, like it's not a big deal. If you
It's
screw
metal, we have a welder, we can always fix it. So I am not concerned,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So where we're at now is, like I said before, we have our pieces of tape that are holding everything aligned.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is I've peeled the tape off of this section of pipe. It's still holding around the other half.
I just need to
So
tack
everything,
this,
and
or-
we're just gonna tack it. Good. I'm gonna tack the other side.
Good.
Oh, it wasn't a good enough tack. Okay, you can put that on. I'm gonna have to hold this while you do it though, so try not to burn me.
Noted.
3, 2. Chase, you just made your first exhaust pipe. So you ready to finish weld it?
I mean, we've gotten to this point. Ain't no stopping us now, boys.
It's 8:10. So it's already too late for us to cut with the big saw.
Yeah, so what we can do is we can finish this pipe, right?
Yep.
Like finish welding it, and then we'll just call it at that, because
We'll have to. I mean, you know, we're kind of
got to be
stop
respectful.
by the
of-
clock.
All right.
I'll see if you have a good ground when you go to hit it.
Yeah.
You might not. So from this point, we still need to sand down our welds, verify that we don't have any pinholes anywhere.
Right. How do you verify that we don't have any pinholes?
Visually inspect it first of all, and then we could put compressed air in it or fill it with water or
water's a good
stuff
idea.
like that. We could do stuff like that. And then this pipe will be ready for wrap and installation.
Is it in the flange or whatever?
I'm gonna put the nuts on and tighten it, and we'll see for sure. Dude, that thing fits better than I thought it did. Damn, shit looks good.
For
For a first shot,
for a hack job of freaking exhaust, that's pretty solid. Dude, the exhaust is just gonna, like, when this is blacked out, it's just gonna like blend into the...
it'll disappear. You won't even see it. You'll just see the flame shoot out of it.
Right? That looks so good though. That literally looks better than any exhaust we saw. Like, obviously we gotta fix it up and all that kind of shit, but like, that looks better than any of the exhausts we...
At the pre-made stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
See, here's the cool thing. If we want it longer, we cut the angle off, add a piece to it, and weld the angle back on.
right. Yeah. So it's like, it's not like we're done and we can't do anything more to it.
We can change this if we want to.
No, I'm proud too. Because this is your first exhaust. You've never done this before, right?
Nope.
I gotta tell you, Fred, having never done something before, you really like walked us through that situation.
Just jumped right in?
I know, you're like, all right, yeah, and here's what we're gonna do now.
I was just, working it out in my head as we went along. This line right here makes me giddy.
Right.
That the space here is damn near perfect all the way across.
I think this is a moment where we need to sit back and appreciate what happened. Oh, wait, we have to
I don't think so.
So we've done all the welding, and now we're going to clean the welds up by grinding the welds.
We will
down.
use the sanding disc on the angle grinder.
Okay. Oreo! Heather and Oreo had to come in and pick a person to get a gift certificate in the live stream. Bye, beautiful. Bye, Oreo. Bye. Bye. You don't care.
Oh my God, you're so cute. If he chooses to.
Okay, so let's see a grind versus a non-grind. Ooh, okay.
Non-grind.
And again, this is going underneath the wrap, so
Yes.
it ain't like you're gonna see it,
Don't
but
gotta be perfect. We're just grinding it down to make sure that there are no holes in our seams.
right.
I think I'm okay with that.
Cool. You want to get this bolted back on there and
Sure.
call this thing over? Look at! Oh, look at that little baby exhaust. It's so cute, tiny.
I think it's so short.
It's so short and so loud. First exhaust that either of us have ever made.
And it clears everywhere.
Clears everything.
And
Doesn't
we only have
touch
to do it once.
anything. So with having the first tube of the exhaust cut and it being late, we have to, like, I got neighbors and shit, so we can't be using the big old cutting thing to cut the other exhaust. It's also Christmas, so happy holidays. And guys, I think we're going to end the episode there. This will be the last episode of 2018 for Wreck Bike Regal. We will be back middle January for the next episode. Thank you guys so much for getting to the end of the episode, and thank all you guys who support us every single episode over on Patreon. We wouldn't get to do these fun builds without you guys. On the next episode, Brian, I assume we'll continue the exhaust.
Yeah, we have at least one more pipe to make.
I would be interested if I can run lead on the second pipe. and
We
we'll-
have plenty of pipe if it doesn't
we
go
did so
well.
good with this and we have all that extra pipe, so
Yeah.
I feel safe to try to do the next pipe, not by myself, but like mostly Anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season. If you're watching this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. And that's all we got. That's going to wrap up episode 14 of Wreck Bike Rebuild. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Chaseontwowheels. We've got Brian over here. And you guys are being piloted by Luke, as always. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like this type of stuff. And check out Patreon if you want to see all the behind the scenes stuff. And we will see you guys on the next one. Outro crew, let us know what you think about our very first custom pipe that we made. Don't use a hashtag. Just let us know what you think about our exhaust pipe that we made.
Use the word hashtag.
Use the word, say, like type out hashtag and then say...
Hashtag shorty exhaust.
There you go.